Sheila back here with take 5. And coming into your earth pose, so down onto your back. You might be more comfortable with something behind your knees or placing something behind your head or a blanket over you if you're chilly. And sometimes even something over the eyes, just not something super heavy, but that can be also comforting and calming. And so we're starting with noticing how the body feels. So go ahead and take your awareness down into your right leg and squeeze the muscles from your hip to your toes, crunching your toes under. So remember, you're laying down here. I'm just sitting up so you can hear me better. Tightening all the muscles from your hip to your toes. Maybe that leg lifts off the floor a little bit, and then let it come back down as you exhale. And then moving on to your left leg. From your hip to your toes, tighten those muscles. Maybe that leg lifts up a little bit, and as you exhale, let it come back down. And then take the awareness to the right shoulder, to the right fist, squeezing, squeezing. And then exhale, soften, letting that arm rest on the floor. Palm up. And then other side, squeezing from the shoulder to the fists. And exhale, releasing all the muscles in that arm. So letting your arms and legs now feel heavy, completely relaxed. Noticing the weight of your bones, but almost like the muscles don't exist anymore. And let's go ahead and see if we can take some of the tension out of our torso and our abdomen. So go ahead and squeeze the muscles through your stomach like you're going to do a sit-up, but don't actually lift up. And then exhale, soften. Notice the space in the abdomen. Maybe there's a little bit more space in your heart center. And finally, the muscles of the face. So scrunching all the muscles up towards your nose like you just ate something sour. And then soften, letting all the muscles of the face completely relax. Once the body becomes still, we can start to notice the breath. Noticing the abdomen rising when we breathe in and falling when we breathe out. So allowing yourself to breathe deeply all the way to the base of the lungs. Your inhalation, inspiration, and fully exhaling. Your expiration, so getting all of that stale air out of the base of the lungs. And then you'll notice a slight pause, and then drawing the breath back in again, even feeling perhaps like the whole body is breathing. What if you could send that breath all the way out to your fingertips and your toes and up to the crown of your head? Inhaling and exhaling, letting the body breathe you. Now, maybe you notice the thoughts that come up. So once the body is still and we've tuned into the breath, we start to notice the stories that we tell ourselves. And so see if you can imagine those thoughts like waves on the ocean, or wind, or even like a butterfly landing on a bush and then flying away without trying to capture it. So notice it, and then let it go. So without making a story about it. So allowing ourselves to rest with our soul and not our story. You are not your story. And you can control what you decide to place your energy and your awareness on. And so if it's something that is not helpful and not worth your time, it's not going to change, then it's not really worth reflecting upon. There are times when it is, right? But just making sure it's a conscious choice that you're choosing to spend your time thinking about that. Because our thoughts of today help to create our reality of tomorrow. But we also want to learn to be present. Just resting here for the next few minutes. And there's no right or wrong, so don't scold yourself if your mind is busy. Being aware of it is the first step. Now begin to gradually deepen the breath. Lengthening the inhalation and the exhalation. And that'll help make you aware of the edges or boundaries of body. And so now letting the breath inspire some gentle movements with the fingers, and wiggling your toes, bringing some gentle rotation perhaps to the wrists and ankles, and waking your body with compassion. It's the house for your soul. So drawing the knees up into the chest, hugging the knees, or perhaps reaching the arms up overhead and lengthening through the legs, making your body as long as you can, or both. And then gradually making your way to either side and resting on the side. Gently pressing back up to a seated posture. I like to close with a little saying. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within guide your way on. Thank you very much. You'll notice in your manual I have a different guided imagery that you can also use. And I have a little recording of that I can get to you as well. I'm going to go ahead and do one more recording for you. It's a yoga nidra, and so I find that this one helps me a little bit when I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's okay during the yoga nidra if you fall asleep a little bit and then come back in, and so no problem there. So I'm going to stop the video here, and then I'll record the second one for you.